Okay, welcome everybody. Let's take a look at the charts. I just want everybody to know this has never happened before. And then that's never happened before. And then that, and then that, and then that. Or I might do an elevator, right? Get on an elevator, or an elevator comes up behind me like this, right? And there's fire everywhere. Yeah, that's original. Oh my gosh, I'm making fun of other YouTube video content creators who are 99% fluff and like 1% they know what they're talking about when it comes to the markets. It's hilarious. And then they tell you join or subscribe to my service or buy my course or something, you know. And every day it's the same thing. There's one guy that does the sky is falling every day. Every day the sky's falling. The banks are going to collapse. China's going to explode. Every day it's the same thing. Yeah. And then there's another guy that does his videos, and it's always the same thing. This has never happened before. This has only happened 5 times in the history of ever. It's like, oh my gosh, they never put out like solid content about, you know, what's going to happen tomorrow. It's always like very kind of nebulous kind of content. You know, it's never like you can't never nail them down on it, right? It's always something that could happen. Like almost all of them do. Will the market crash? They literally put a question mark. In other words, they don't know. But that's the title of their, like a lot of their videos. Is this it? Will the market finally do this? So they just put a question. You know why? They don't know. They literally don't know. They don't even really give any serious information to help their subscribers and or I guess their members that they're, you know, they're, I don't want to say conning, but they're reeling in members, you know, to come join their service or take their course. They never even give me any really solid information about what's going to happen tomorrow. It's always something about, you know, this has only happened 5 times in the history of the S&P 500, you know. And the last 100,249 years, the S&P 500 has done this 5 times. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that, you know. It's always very like, or the Federal Reserve once again is, you know, like they make a show out of it, right? They make like it's showtime. It's more like a show, a YouTube show. It's not really solid. Hey, this is what the market did today, and this is what I believe is going to do tomorrow. Okay, I would have respect for them even if they said, you know, we think the market's going to do this week. You don't even hear that, right? It's just like give some type of opinion about what you think the market's going to do, like really short term, right? Not like maybes and we're going to talk about this. Something's going to only happen 5 times in the history of histories. It's so stupid. All right, let's get into the video. We're going to look at the weekly. We'll look at the daily. We'll look at my trade, which wasn't that great, but we'll look at it anyway. And we're going to look at the intraday chart. So on the weekly chart, you can see really small range this week, 44 3/4. Not a whole lot going on there. The market looks still very bullish here. Got a little divergence going on, a little sad face going on there, but nothing that tells me this market is anything but strong. Okay, market continues to be very strong here. Of course, there's the dates, March 31st. There's some June out here. This could change a little bit. It may slide to the right, especially if this continues to get very bullish. Then we'll reevaluate this. But for now, that's going to stay right there. Okay, let's look at my trade. Okay, here's my trade, $300 a day, not my typical 1,000 or better. Only had 2 trades today, obviously 2 times 3 because I'm trading 3 contracts is 6 contracts total. $300. Made a real bonehead mistake this morning and got in and took a position just at a really horrible time. And you know what? It was just strictly bad behavior. It had nothing to do with the market being difficult to read. It was 100% bad behavior creeping in. You know, I've been trading really well this last year or two and being very profitable. But every once in a while, you know, bad behavior try to creep in. It's happened to me a couple times over the last couple months. And this thing's, you know, got to crush this thing, this bad behavior thing that goes on. So that's what happened with me today. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night. That's a bad combination, folks. When you are not well rested, you will make stupid decisions. And I definitely made one this morning. I managed to get right side up and make $300, which is better than a loss. But yeah, wasn't too happy. I'm going to tell you, when we look at the intraday charts, I'm going to tell you why, particularly today, I was really mad at myself because it was just an amazing day today in the intraday charts. Lots of money was to be had on the intraday charts, even though the range was super small. Okay, let's take a look at the daily chart first. All right, here we are on the daily chart. You can see today is right here. We had this little all-time high about 3 days ago, 51.23.5. Today's range was only 28. I told my members last night that I thought today was a little uncertain, but it was a slight bias downward. And sure enough, there we got it. Slight bias downward, 28, red. Pretty much the whole day was red. Okay. If you want that kind of information that goes in the nightly email, stick around to the end of the video. I'll show you how to become a member, okay? So I've been kind of nailing it here with daily forecast. I would say definitely more than 50% of the time, probably like 70% of the time, I'm calling the daily forecast pretty accurately. Sometimes I don't call it at all. Sometimes I'm wrong, but okay. All right, I don't know any other YouTuber that actually calls. I don't even like to call myself a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. I just put the videos up there because it's the place where people go to watch videos. But I don't know of any other YouTube content creator that I've seen yet that calls the next day, that actually says, that's what I believe tomorrow's going to do. I've yet to see it. I think as far as I know, there may be, I'm sure there's others out there, but most of them just talk about, this has never happened before, and this has only happened 5 times, and, you know, and blah, 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 and the sky is falling, and China banks are collapsing. They all do like this. They do like this show, you know. They don't tell you anything about tomorrow. You know, it's like, gosh. But people watch their garbage content for some reason. Meanwhile, I'm banned by YouTube, pretty much. My content goes nowhere. Nobody gets to see it because I'm a bad boy, I guess. For members, make sure you read tonight's email because I do have an opinion, a strong one, about what I think tomorrow's going to do. I already put it on the Discord server. One of the members asked me about it, but also check your emails if you haven't seen it on the Discord server. And no, I'm not going to share with the public what I think tomorrow's going to do, because if you want that, you got to become a member. Guys, it's $7.99 a month. I mean, you know, come on, seriously. If you can't invest in yourself for like 3 months, spend $25. Invest. You want this kind of information? Invest. If you don't like it after 3 months, fine. You don't have to pay anymore. All right. What's going on here? 4 days where the highs have been lower and the lows have been lower. Do I think that this is some big signal we're going down? No, I don't. This is extremely, actually very bullish still. The market is extremely bullish. This is like nothing. This is basically sideways chop. If anything, this might be a little bit of a bull flag. Okay, so, you know, of course, I don't like to get out in front of the market. I don't like to trade what I think is going to happen too much. That's why I trade intraday charts only. For the most part, I'm aware of obviously cycles that I have established here on the daily chart and the weekly chart. I am aware of those. That's a good idea to be aware of those, obviously. But I don't like exposing my account to long-term trades. I don't do swing trades that much anymore. I do pretty much intraday trading. And that's because I can keep the risk down to really small time frames. And to me, it's just makes much more sense. And I don't like getting out in front of the market. The amount of time I get out in front of the market, it's going to be within an intraday only, right? Less than a day. And that's very profitable for me, so I'm sticking with the plan. Right, so that's kind of my take on this. I don't think this is showing any kind of serious weakness in the market right here. This is just nonsense, chopping sideways. The market's going to have to show a lot more in this for me to be convinced that we're not still extremely bullish. All right. Okay, let's look at the intraday charts. Okay, so here we are on the 5-minute chart, and we're going to talk about several trades on this. What a day. This day was so profitable. That's why I was irked, because the market wasn't hard to read today. It was super easy to read, and it just irked me that I made a stupid mistake this morning. Old behavior, nasty stuff. Got to crush it. Put you know what I like to say here in Texas? Put your heel right on the snake's neck. Your boot. Take your boot, put it right on the snake's neck, and give it a good hard push and twist it. Just crush the snake's head, right? That's how we do it here in Texas, guys. And that's what you got to do with bad, nasty behavior in anything in your life, whether that's trading, relationships, okay, whatever it is, your eating habits, if you're doing drugs, whatever it is you know is bad behavior, you put your boot heel right on that sucker and crush it. And that's what I intend to do with bad behaviors when it comes to me trading in the market. Well, let's talk about this right here. 10:55 last night. Look at this, guys. Look at this signal. Monster mash. Monster mash. Bam. Huge. It was just absolutely mammoth. I did a little scalp over here during this. This is the beginning of last night. Futures. This was the end. Well, we can't see the end because it's off the side there, but I made a little money right in there. But when this signal came in, look at this thing. Absolutely amazing. But bam. Yeah. If anybody was up at that time trading, that was huge. Just huge. Yeah. I mean, it really took a hold like more about 1 o'clock in the morning. Right over here is when it really took hold, took off. Which that's on the 15-minute chart, by the way. We may show that later in the video. Because let's talk about as we move into pre-market and then intraday. So here, this was a really nice trade right here at 6:50 a.m. This is pre-market stuff. Great time to be up trading. Right here, it finishes it up. This is a classic Giddus Plus indicator trade. Comes down, it curls up right here. We take the trade. Bam. I already looked at this earlier. This is like 8 points right in here. Well, I'm sorry. This is not quite 8 points. This total here and back down is 8 points. All of this. Because we got another one right there. That was a little bit harder to read, but eventually it made good all the way down here at the bottom of these two candlesticks, more like this one right here. But total 8 points up, and this is me being conservative in this area, right? I think there's a total of 8 points here pretty conservatively, okay? All right, so that's that. Now stick with me on this because you're going to be amazed at this day. This is an absolutely amazing day. Let me just slide this to the right. Okay. Here we go. End of day's right there. That's end of day over there. So this right here, all of this right here is about 8 points. I'm going to put an 8 here, okay? Now here's the opening bell right here at 8:30. Okay, does a little happy dance and starts to take off. This is choppy, little pullback. You know, the market's a little unclear. But by the time it got up into this candlestick right up in this area, you're definitely in the trade. So I'd say somewhere about at 50.75. So from 50.75, it'll weather out this little doji. Then it takes off all the way up to here. I'd say realistically you can go to 85. That's 10 points. This is your typical opening bell stuff. Market chops around a little bit, makes a decision, goes long, right? The market takes off. Super easy trade. Now, this section right up here, on the 1 hour chart, there's no Giddus Plus indicator here, and you don't need it. I'm going to tell you why. Because on the 1 hour chart, which I always tell my members, you have to watch all the time frames on the intraday charts, the streaming charts on the membership. And the 1 hour chart has the 50-hour simple moving average. And guess where it was? It was at 50.83, which is about right here. And in typical market fashion, it overshot it a little bit, and then it chopped for like an hour. Right? That's all it did. Everybody in the whole world could see that the market hit the 50-hour simple moving average and just stopped, right? And chopped sideways for an hour. That's all you need to know. You just sit there and wait for it to give it up, which eventually it did. Even if you made a little boo-boo and it got into here and you had to wait for it to do this, it's still okay. And eventually give it all up, all the way back down to here. And guess what that is? Another 10 points. Conservatively speaking, because I'm just taking it from there to there. I'm not talking about the upper wicks, so just lower wicks down here, right? Okay, and just when you think it's done, no, it's not done, because we get a Giddus Plus indicator right here. I think it was a little after noon, right at noon. You get the purple candlestick, right? Less than 10 minutes later, it goes ballistic. And what do we get here, folks? You know what we get. I would say, if we just kind of trim the fat, top and bottom, I'd say in this area is realistic. This is about 8 points. Okay? And are we done? No, we're not done. I told you this day was a moneymaker. My goodness, man. Remember, this total range for today was only 28. Wait till you see this, guys. We get another Giddus Plus indicator right here at 1240. Purple candlestick. Guys, is it at the top? You know the answer to that one, right? It's exactly at the top. It's as top gets. A little choppy chop rolls over all the way down. Okay, again, I'm gonna take off the top. We're not gonna say this can be profitable because it might have been hard to catch all that. And I'm gonna say most people get out about right here when these candlesticks kind of run out of gas. So that's another 8 points. Though it continued to run. And guess what? We're still not done. You get another Giddus Plus indicator, and there's the purple candlestick right there. This one happens at 1:35 my time. And what happens? It goes up again. And this one's definitely not going to be 8 points, but it looks like it's about a total of, well, maybe I'm wrong. That's 5 points. Just don't take the bottom, don't take the top, right? Just like take the blocks. But let's be honest, we're not going to catch all the wicks, right? Because nobody's going to be that accurate. So now we got 5 points, and that's it. I actually made a little trade over here to clean up my mess from this morning and got out profitable. That $300 was made over here last night and there. That's just sad, right? Sad, but at least I'm honest about it. How many other traders out there are tell you the truth about when they make a mistake and come clean on it? I did. But let's total this up, guys. And these are all conservative estimates today, and almost except for this trade right here and this trade right here, the rest were all Giddus Plus indicators. So let's do those first. We got 8, and 8 is 16. Another 8 is 24, and 5 is 29 points, guys. So you actually had more range of trading than the total range for the day. I tell my members this all the time. You literally could have traded more range than the total range of the day. Okay, and I don't believe for 1 second a good trader would have missed this or some of this. So let's just split it. Let's just say that you're just your kind of average schmozy trader, and you only got one of these 10 points. That's still plus 10, 39 points in the day. You literally traded more range than the total range of the day today. That was totally possible, 100%. I'm not pulling any BS here. I'm not like making stuff up or fluffing this, or hey, buy my course because I just proved you can get 39 range. No. This is legit. This is exactly how I would have traded this day if I didn't have my head up my what. Okay, and the Giddus Plus indicators nailed out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. Giddus Plus indicators nailed 4 of them. 4 out of the 6 trades Giddus Plus indicators said, go ahead and do this. This was an absolutely amazing day. This was thousands of dollars day. Thousands of dollars could have been made today with just like your average retail account. Easily. Small retail account, hundreds of dollars. Yeah, that's why I was so livid and just ticked off at myself about this. I made my mistake over here, guys. That's where I made it right here. Some serious bonehead, half asleep stuff, getting up, oh gosh. Idiot. So there you go. That is the trades of the day. How often do you get this? I'm just on an amazing day. Oh my goodness. What an amazing day. Those are the trades of the day. I'm not going to look at any of their charts. There's one on the 15-minute chart that looked really good as well, but the 5-minute chart was just absolutely smoking hot. I mean, it was smoking red hot. Just like burning, like a meteorite coming in, man. Oh my gosh. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you want to become a member, stick around. I'm going to head over to that now. For the rest of you, thanks for watching. Okay, so you stuck around with me and the crickets here at the end of the video. That's great. You want to become a member. There is a link in the description right below this YouTube video. It is going to be discord.com link. Make sure you read those instructions very carefully before you join. Once you do that, click on the link. It's going to bring you over to this Giddus server. Then you can click on server shop. Brings you to this page right here. Guys, $8. I mean, you saw what I showed there on the trades of the day. It was crazy. Just absolutely crazy. I mean, imagine trading above the range of the day. Just amazing day. Invest in yourself. Spend $25. Think about it. Just think about that for a second. Just pause for a second and think about, is it unreasonable to spend $25 on yourself? That's what I would do. Spend the $25. Guys, I'm not making huge money on the membership. I'm making my money trading. Okay? Does it look like I'm charging people a lot of money to make myself a millionaire by doing all those stupid videos that people do on YouTube and they never give any real content? It's more like a show, but they never really tell you anything about the market. Not really. Okay, so this is more for you than it is for me. Okay, my membership is fairly small. I make a little bit of money every month, but not a lot. Maybe one day this business will take off and I'll make big money, but that hasn't happened. Right? So, this is about you. If you want to make some money, in my opinion, I think this membership can help you do that. I'm not guaranteeing that, obviously, because there's a lot of factors that go into trading, but you saw what you saw today on this video. You be the judge, okay? What comes with the membership? Streaming charts are down here. We looked at the 5-minute chart today. There's also the 15-minute chart and the 1-hour chart that all streams live. That's down here. Once you become a member, just click on this. You'll get the streaming charts. You get the Get Us Plus alert in there. And on the hourly chart, you get the cycles. Super nice. Okay, the Get Us Plus indicator sends, when it gets triggered, sends an alert over to this channel. So you'll get alerts here on the Discord server. And what you can do is just right-click on this channel and turn notifications on, okay? So if you're not watching the streaming charts because you're taking kids to soccer practice or you're eating dinner or you're at work, whatever you're doing, okay, you can still get alerted. Okay, because you can put this app on your phone, but like I said, make sure you read the instructions if you're going to do that, okay? There's also these products get alerts. Now the S&P 500 is the one that gets the streaming charts. These do not, but you still get alerted on these. So if you want to trade or you do trade these products, these alerts might help you, okay? Every day I put premium symbols in this channel. I think I saw the VIX in there today and some other symbols in there. There's some optionable symbols in there too for some stocks, okay? So you might want to look at those symbols. Some of them are really nice. The nightly email that I talked about. Remember I said in this video, earlier in the video, I said I told the members last night that I was a little unclear about the market, but there was a slight bias towards down. Sure enough, the market did exactly that. That happens in the emails. That's how they get notified. If you want that, put your email address in there. And what you're going to get is you're going to get a daily chart of the S&P 500 with the cycles on there. And currently there is the support lines are on there as well because we're near all-time high, so there really isn't resistance lines, okay? So that's the nightly email. I do trade corporate bonds once in a while, so if you're into that, you can look into that channel. Here's where we do most of our chatting on these two channels here, okay? So just think about this. Everything in this rectangle you're getting for $8. Okay, like I said, I think do 3 months, whatever, it's $25, okay? Do to 3 months. Get used to the membership, see if it works for you, okay? If you do decide to become a member, or you're recently a new member, or if you're just, anybody wants to know, if you're a member and you want to know more about how the indicators work and how I use them, just put in the chat when you become a member. You can put it in the member chat or even the S&P 500 chat and just say, hey, Get Us, where's the link for the new members video? Okay, and I'll give it to you. All right. So there's a new members video that shows, I go through how I use the indicators, the Get Us Plus indicator and the other indicators and how I go about doing it, okay? Of course, it's educational purposes only. It's not financial advice, but that's how I do it. So if you want to know how I do it, ask me, okay? I'll give you the link to the video. All right, that's everything you get for the $8 a month, guys. It's crazy. This value's nuts. I should be charging $50, $75, $100. But I know if I do that, I'm going to start attracting some larger accounts, right? I'm going to be attracting people, retail, maybe even hedge funds. I'll be attracting larger portfolios, and I don't have a problem with that necessarily. It's just, you know what? I like the little guys because I used to be a little guy. I used to be have a little guy account. I've been there. I know what it's all about. That's why I do this. That's why I only charge $8 because I've done the work. I suffered the guys and gals. I used to lose tons of money. I don't do that anymore. It took a while to hone my craft to become a better trader. Okay, and I'm sharing that here for $8 a month. Okay. All right, one last thing, the rules. You got to read the rules. Okay, I don't want to hear anybody complaining about this and that because if you didn't read the rules, that's on you. The rules are, here they come. Be nice to everybody else. Be respectful. Don't post any nasty stuff on this server. Okay, please be respectful. If you start doing nasty stuff like that, anything that's nasty, pictures or foul language or anything, I'm going to warn you, then I'm going to kick you, then I'm going to ban you in that order. All right, so don't do that. And here's also a disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. Everything is strictly opinion only and educational purposes only. in this video, on this server. I don't care what anybody's saying. I don't care what I'm saying. Everything is strictly educational purposes only. And lastly, in there is the refund rules, okay? So make sure you read that. All right. I think that pretty much covers it, everybody. For those that stuck around to the end, okay, happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.